Welcome to another edition of the AFM Sport Podcast. In today's edition, we'll be looking at the just ended African Athletic Championship that took place in the University of Ghana Sports Stadium, Accra 2026. The ups, the downs, the sweat, the medals, and the injuries, everything. We're also going to look at the halftime show in the FIFA World Cup. Shakira will be performing. We don't know whether her hips are going to lie or she's going to do the dia dia. And also, we're going to introduce a new sports discipline known as roller skating. So stay tuned. So you're watching the AFM Sports Podcast with me, Iman, and of course,
Coach Gordy, aka Odakwe.
and we're right here in Abosokan, aka Scrap City, the biggest automobile market in the whole of West Africa. Don't get it twisted. All right, so we go into the recap of the just ended African Athletics Championship that took place in the University of Ghana Sports Stadium, Accra 2026. The medal table, what do you think of it?
Oh, it was abysmal. I think who came first? South Africa.
Yeah.
Topped the medal table with 20 medals, followed by Kenya, then Ethiopia, then our Nigerian Jollof people.
Don't say Nigeria. They want to steal the Jollof from us. Jollof is for Ghana, straight up. Nigeria shouldn't even talk about Jollof.
They came fourth on the table. Guess where was Ghana?
I don't know.
The host. You are the host. Where were you?
We couldn't make it to the top 10
Not even on the top 10 of the medal table. Very abysmal.
with all the Jama.
Yes, the Jama for the Jama there was she the Jama pa.
Even in the rain.
In the rain, yeah. So I was there on the last day of the competition, and the rains came down heavily, so we had to take cover. Even when we took cover, there was the drainage system of the stadium was not solid. The whole place got flooded. Our shoes, everybody took hiding. But the Jama people there, Ghana Supporters Union, they
For real.
stayed in the rain and kept.
And even through the
going.
Jama, we couldn't make it to the top 10
We couldn't make it
on
to
the
top
medal
10,
table,
on the medal table, which is the most important thing.
hosting the African Athletics Championship
2026,
2026, Accra in Ghana.
In
And Ghana
Ghana.
couldn't make it to the top 10.
It is what it is.
Charlie, we need to do better.
Far
For
better.
real. But some of the athletes, the foreign athletes, were complaining about how windy, the place was. I don't know. Like, for instance, for me, I was a little bit of getting pissed the way they were complaining. The place was windy. I don't know how their stadiums are made, but our stadium, is open and closed at the same time. But I know how they were complaining about how windy it was. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think I also don't know. I've never been to much stadiums myself, but as we started this podcast series, we're going to be traveling around, go for competitions,
And then we're going to see how their stadiums
How
are made
their
of,
stadiums,
and
so we
see
come to South Africa
how windy theirs is,
and how
then
windy it
see
is
if
as
you can
well. So
complain.
the University of Ghana Sports Stadium is kind of like open, very open. I've seen some on TV stations that kind of cover, and they also have indoor stadiums.
I know
Some of
about that
these- yeah,
one.
So some of these athletes are also familiar with indoor stadium. Probably that's what they're complaining about.
Oh, okay. That's why they're saying it was so windy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But looking at the infrastructure, do you think our stadiums are up on point compared to infrastructure, because the place was flooded and
Yeah,
come on.
I think we can do better. I think we can do better. Let's say, but so when we talk about infrastructure, we can also look at the equipment. The equipment. So the pole voters, those people who do that sport with a long stick, they run like Tom and Jerry,
Yeah.
and put it in on the ground.
Yeah, I saw some accidents. Some of the poles were breaking, and people were Ghana, of course, they were targeting Ghana. Oh, only in Ghana. I mean, I've seen accidents with that pole vote thing, but to the extent of the pole itself breaking, I've never seen anything like that. But people were saying, oh, only in Ghana, as if we were the cause of the pole. But at length, the athletes brought their own poles.
So that's what the debate was on. They said the officials of the competition said normally, regularly, the athletes travel into the competition with their own poles. So we don't know which is true, but that's the official statement, that they brought their own poles. So it wasn't the competition that provided the poles for them. So yeah,
So why were they blaming it on Ghana?
I don't
And we
know.
couldn't even make it to the top 10 on the medal table. Anyway, how will you rate the whole event, the whole championship, from the attendance to the officiating to the cameras, the media personnel and everything? How will you rate it?
I'm going to give it 5 out of 10. What about you?
I'll give it 3 out of 10. We could do better.
Well, we can always do better. So stay tuned for the next topic.
All right. So you're still watching the AFM Sports Podcast with me, Iman, and of course,
Coach Gordy, aka Odakwe.
so our next topic is on the FIFA World Cup halftime show. I don't know much about the FIFA World Cup halftime show. What I know is the opening ceremony and the closing ceremony. But this year we're having a FIFA World Cup, halftime show. And like I said, Shakira will be performing, but there are a lot of headliners too.
Yeah. So like you said, you don't know much about it because this is actually the very first time.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
as the World Cup has gone to the USA again, US, Canada, and Mexico, those three countries are the one jointly hosting the event. They are introduced, as you said, regularly we have the opening ceremony and closing ceremony. But as we're in America, when you go to Rome, you do what?
The Romans do, of course.
Obviously. So the largest sport by revenue is the NFL. So I believe that the FIFA is trying to emulate the NFL.
Oh, they want to copy the NFL.
They want to copy the
Super Bowl
NFL,
that we
the
talked
Super
about the
Bowl.
other time.
So if you've not seen our last episode, kindly go down and check our last episode.
Yeah.
So they are copying the Super Bowl halftime show, which for the NFL, they go on break, halftime break for about 12 to 13 minutes. But in football or soccer, their halftime break is 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So can you do a show for 15 minutes?
With this kind of headlines, I don't think it will be enough.
For the NFL, they do their headline show, their halftime show, Super Bowl halftime show for 30 minutes. It takes them 30 minutes. But for FIFA, they are targeting 20 to 25 minutes. That includes the setup and the teardown.
Wow. Don't you think it's going to have an effect on the athletes? You know, because like I said, you know, we're doing with adrenaline. When we work and we are charged up for the next half, and then you're going to slow us down. Our body temperature is going to drop, and
it's been a major concern. Some part of the topic, the debate that's ongoing. So this is not the first time they are testing it out. They tried it out in 2024 during the, I think the Copa America finals. They tested it and it lasted for like 20 minutes. Then they also tried it last year, 2025, during the Club World Cup finals. They also tested it out again, and now they're trying to test it out at the biggest stage. So FIFA and World Cup is the biggest sporting event in the whole world.
Exactly.
So they're trying to test it out again, and the headliners are Madonna, Shakira, hips don't lie.
We'll see whether it will lie or not lie, because their hips, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Their hips couldn't contain PK.
Yeah, so we have the Dia Dia, should be probably doing the Dia Dia.
But I heard we're trying to push Kakalika, the Kakalika people.
Yeah, the
Kakalika
Nation. Dope Nation from Ghana.
Yeah.
We are in Ghana.
We are trying to push them into the event and let them host too, but I don't know.
It's a campaign going around asking that they be part
because
of
Kakalika is trending, the whole world.
Yeah, the whole world.
Yeah.
And many players, when they score, they're obviously going to do the Kakalika dance.
Okay.
Then we have the
so shout out to Dope Nation from Ghana.
Shout out, guys. Then the confirmed headliners are BTS, a South Korean group, also going to be performing at the World Cup finals halftime show. So it's going to take about, we're expecting for it to take about 20 to 25 minutes, and we'll see how it's going to go. Why is it being hosted? Why is the halftime show being done? Do you have any idea?
I don't know. The revenue, of course.
Well, that's major one. So they're trying to raise a $100 million fund for Global Citizen event for under-resourced communities to promote sporting activities and well-being. So, but obviously, like we said, the debate is that, isn't it too long? The athletes, they've been running for 45 minutes.
And they're all charged up, just desperate for the next half, and then you're going to slow us down.
And now you're slowing them down. So there's some few scientific calculations, and they're complaining that, okay, it's too much. It's too much. So we don't know. But let's see how it's going to go.
I hope they do it in less than 15 minutes.
Are you looking forward to the World Cup?
Of course.
Ghana, are we playing more than 3 matches, getting out of the group stage?
Hopefully we can surprise the world like we did in the other, you know.
Yeah. Our team members have not been announced yet. England have announced.
They want to hide this from us because in Ghana everybody's a coach.
Everybody's a coach. Yeah. So 30 million coaches see us in the United States.
All right. So you're still watching the AFM Sports Podcast with me, Iman, and of course,
Coach Gordy, aka Odakwe.
And we're still in Abossey, aka Scrap City, the biggest automobile market in the whole of West Africa. So we're probably entering a new season of sports activities, and we are introducing a new sports discipline known as roller skating. I think I know a lot of roller skating, but as a sport, I think it's a leisure thing, but as a sport, I think you need to tell us more about it.
Yeah, so it's known more for it being a leisure, but it's also a sporting discipline about it. Roller skating is a dynamic sport and recreational activity utilizing specialized footwear equipped with wheels. It encompasses various disciplines like speed skating, inline hockey, roller derby, and artistic skating. All these are some of the categories that you can have in roller skating, and different mix. I've seen a lot of people, those who are doing marketing campaigns, they have roller skaters following them all over the place.
I've seen that in town. I've seen the artistic one, the boys with the skills, rolling and jumping on stuff with bends and stuff. I've seen that kind of, but I've seen it more as a leisure. But as a sport,
So it's a sport. So we have a whole federation under in Ghana. We have the National Sport Authority. So there's also a federation. We're going to put their details over here. So if something you're really interested in, at AFM Sports, we are promoting sports.
Exactly.
We are going beyond just soccer. We are promoting lesser known sports activities and how you can participate in them and become a sport person, an active person. So we're going to put up the associations or the federations, their names and their details, so you can call them and you can learn about them or get equipped and be part of a community. So that's about it as on our last topic for today.
Exactly, but a little bit more about this roller skating. You know, it comes with a lot of safety equipment. Is the federation, you know, helping people with, you know, safety equipment with their helmets and their pads, because it's a little bit of a risky sport. If you ask me, it's a little bit of risky sport. People break, you know, their bones, smash their heads, and lose teeth and stuff. Like I tried it myself, and you know, I got a bruise, you know, on my elbow. Yeah, I couldn't. So I quit. I mean, it's not for me. So it's the federation, you know, helping with safety, like with equipment. If I want to go into it, is the equipment available to me? Can I get a helmet? You know, they have a special helmet for that sport. We don't use the motor riders helmet.
Yeah.
We have a special helmet, and they wear some pads, the knee pads and the shoulder pads too. Is it available? Is it readily available for anybody who wants to go into that kind of sport, or you have to hustle to get it?
I believe probably you have to hustle to get it. So that's not my sport, that's not my discipline. But as a station, as a channel, as a production company, so what you've suggested is that we're going to go look for the federation, sit them down and have a chat with them and see what they've been up to, so we can know everybody want to join the sport, to know what they are doing to help grow the sport in Ghana and help us to become competitive with the helmet and providing protective gears, the helmet, the elbow pads, the knee pads, and the right roller blades or roller skates that the athletes have to use.
And then one thing about our sports infrastructure, you know, when you go to the foreign countries, especially the United States, we have special parks for this kind of sport, where at least you see their bends, the wheel they jump on and stuff. Is the federation was going to have, you know, acquire at least a piece of land, you know, get a special stadium and a special place for that kind of sport, where you can go and just, you see the bends and the hoops and stuff, that, you know, stuff like that.
So what you're describing is called what we call a skating rink. RINK rink.
Okay.
Yeah. There's someone from the United States, I think a Ghanaian or so, who had one. The case has been old. It's almost like, I think 6 years ago. So the place was demolished.
Oh.
He built the whole thing, the place that
where
goes
you can
down
just jump
slopes,
and roll over if you don't fall
skating
down.
ball, roller blades, everything. All those activities was happening on that spot. But right now, it's mostly on the flat surface, on the roads that you see more athletes, or for leisure purpose, the boys are doing that. Yeah. If the road is smooth, like we are right now in Scrap City. Now they fixed the road. When we were younger, it wasn't like this.
Like that, so now we have paved roads and all that.
You need is a paved environment, but you also need to develop your athletic skills. You also need those
that bend,
elevations and the bends and all those kind of loops as well. So it's something. Let's track down the federation and have a chat with them and let's see what they've been up to. I tried to look for them and see what they've been doing, but there was very little known information on their website whilst we're putting this episode together.
All right, so this brings us to the end of this episode of the AFM Sport Podcast. It was fun having Coach Gordon, aka Doc, with us, and also catch us in the next episode.